Good morning, afternoon, or evening, folks, wherever you may be. The fists were bumped here in this finals here at the Modern Foosball Streamed House of Tournaments Ran 2023 Washington State Foosball Championships. That is Jake the Snake Barnett on left at front. The ball in the back is Tim Lynch. On the right-hand side, up front, Blake Croxdale. His goalie, Vincent Cattoir. Vincent, we saw play earlier. I believe I was on Friday night, one of my favorite moments of the weekend, playing new player doubles. Just an awesome experience all the way around as Jake winds up, gets ready, rolls over, and hits the post. Danilo Fattel joins me. He's doing the scoring and the live stats and the camera switches as Clay takes a break. How you doing, Dan?
I'm doing great, and I'm trying to multitask.
Do you have any opinions about what you're seeing right now? And any thoughts?
I think the players are still warming up and getting a feel of a table. It's probably been a while. So we will start seeing action maybe after the first 3 points. So we got a timeout. And I'll tell you, Adam, in doing the stats, the struggle is in the gray zone. If you get a successful pass, that's easy. A successful shot, that's easy. But if the goalie clears to the 5, and that immediately gets into the pass, and then it slops, I have to double check if it's a shot on goal or not.
Ball put back into play. You want to do color and not have to... Here. I don't know. He's talking about the gray area. Ball rattles around. It is still 0-0 in this first game.
My prediction is, once the first ball goes in, it'll go faster.
Front pin position from Cattoir. You see some stats there when it's 0-0.
Yeah.
Don't know why you're showing us that, but I think that's good, though. You can see that clearing.
Yeah. Clearing so far has been good. Mostly so far, we're looking at a goalie wars game.
Picked up by Croxdale on the 5, who eases it to his 3. Next thing you know, stats are being shown. Oh, and there you go. Danilo has something to do. 1-0.
Are you appreciating me right now?
Oh, yeah.
Is that a bad time to come in here and say a joke?
Jake Barnett on the 5 sets it up. I think
We're 3 deep in the booth, dude.
yeah. Been a while. 1-0 in favor of Blake and Vincent. There was a question, Clay, about gray area.
What about it?
Well, Danilo was making a point that it's kind of difficult when it comes to the gray area component of this when deciding what's what. Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah. So I will explain what I mean by that. If, for example, the goalie clears the ball to the opponent's 5, I wasn't
That's not
sure.
a clear.
That's not a clear.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's
That's
not
how
a clear. If the opponent's forward gets the ball, that is not a clear. But
Even-
there are some gray areas, and you just got to make a call.
Yeah. Even the goalie, by the way.
It's a clear if it gets to the other goalie.
Okay. That's how I was doing the stats
Yeah.
the other match.
Full shot position from Vincent, who we've been seeing doing front pins the entire time. Mixing it up. There's a lot going on. It was very slow to begin with. It's still kind of slow, but the ball's moving around faster. Kind of fascinating when you think about it. All right, Danilo.
Yeah.
Thanks.
See if I can come over here to this side. Helps if you don't say it out loud. I'm messing with you, man. Do your thing,
That's
dude.
like me doing math, and I'm like,
Oh.
1, hide up.
There you go.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm working at a call center. Like I'm over the shoulder of my training.
Yeah.
It's
That manager.
it's not easy to do, and looks like you're doing great so far.
The main problem is I don't have the muscle memory yet for the layout of
Yeah.
the buttons.
Right.
And I have to double check and look at the button every time.
Yep.
And then back on the screen. And that is the hardest part.
Yep.
Barnett,
Because the ball might not be there.
Right.
hard along the wall, understands that the ball might not be there as well. Didn't get it.
So he's really 0 for 8, huh?
Would be, yeah.
He hadn't completed a pass yet.
No, this has been a. Well, there's that. It's been. I think both teams have been struggling a little bit in certain areas.
So I would call that an incomplete pass and a break. If it wasn't, yeah. And you can still hit BFN right now to account for that. I got you.
There it is.
Barnett
Am I driving you nuts right now?
No.
Okay.
loses the ball.
I'll try harder.
2.
Barnett picks it up though, steals it, rollover position as he goes. Interesting defense from Vincent.
Wow.
Buried by Barnett.
I feel like I'm bothering you. I'll go over here.
Clay Toomey is not focused on anything but the match right now, which is kind of cool, and maybe giving a little bit of razzle dazzle to Danilo.
Yeah.
How you doing, Clay?
Well, I went upstairs and lost a few pounds in the process. And I don't know what exactly makes this the Texas draw. I know what the knockout part of it is, but the Texas draw, this was a mega DYP qualifying rounds, and then you're paired together based on your record, right?
Yes.
Cool. Maybe I do know.
Yeah. No, you did. That's exactly what it is. Just call it a Texas draw. There was one other instance, and I think you had to have like 20 head of cattle to be able to compete or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what made it to Texas.
Sure.
3-3 now in this first game.
I like the way he says, yeah.
Yeah, I do too. It actually kind of reminds me of this cat I had. It's not a joke, and it's not an insult.
Certainly sounded like one of
No,
those.
it's one of the coolest cats I've ever met.
Oh, this is down. Get more volume on the table if that's okay. The way, next time you see Jake Barnett get it on his 3-bar, look at the way he holds the rod with his 3-bar. And this is how a lot of people did this back in the day, and this is why they called it a monkey shot. It's actually also where I think the snake came from, because they would wrap their wrist under the rod, and it looks like a monkey hanging on to a tree, or it looks like a snake kind of wound around it. That's why it's called a snake. And some people called it a monkey. Old school.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So next time you see Jake get it on his 3-bar, take a peek at how his arm is wrapped all the way around it, and his palm is actually facing up.
But I don't understand that, though, because why do they call it a snake shot? Because snakes don't have tails. 4-3.
Snake is literally a tail.
No.
The whole thing.
How could it be a tail?
It's a head with a tail.
No, it's not a head with a tail. It's a tail.
That's where the coin flip came from, too.
No.
Actually, it had your tails. They used to throw a snake in the air.
Can you imagine being that guy? Oh, it's in the chandeliers again.
Reflip.
It's a throw a snake in the air. Well,
Of course, since I've said that, he hasn't got a single shot off his 3-bar, possession on his 3-bar yet. What's going on here? This this is still game 1.
yeah, it's been
Very slow start.
Yeah. So has it been good defense or stuff like that where people just hit the wall? Not a snarky question, but I think there is a difference between good defense.
There was a long time when the ball was only in the possession of the goalies.
Okay.
Just goalie wars.
That'll do it too. Just wearing that wall out.
Got a good lifetime. It's a new table.
1 for 11, 1 for 12. Passing on the 5-bar here for Jake Barnett. Finally gets one through. Now take a peek at his hand. You might need to move those stats out of the way. He wraps it all the way around, and his hand is face up. And that's why they call it the monkey or the snake. But that's what that looks like.
Man, that just looks so uncomfortable.
Yeah,
I don't think I could shoot it like that.
yeah. I mean, it works for him. And Tony does something. So Tony does more along the rod, so it's not a 90-degree angle from the rod. It's more like a 30-degree angle from the rod. But his hand is up, not quite that much. But the payoff on that is you have just a lot of speed on that rotation. You just really flick the hell out of it.
Yeah.
The cost is you lack mobility in your shoulder and your ability to move your arm forward and backwards. But that doesn't mean you can't do it. Clearly, he keeps the ball to the corners just fine. But I think it's not ideal for most people. I can't do it. I've tried. That was one of the things I tinkered with. Tried to figure out, can I play foosball like this? And I just ripped my shoulder out of my socket.
Really? Literally?
Oh yeah. I only have one arm now. That's why I shoot the left-handed slingshot. So
It's incredible. Second game. First one went to Barnett and Lynch. It's single elimination.
and this is the final, right? Yeah.
This is the final.
So best out of 3, win by 1 in the third, right?
Don't understand how to use this app. Just happened.
That's good feedback.
I don't know what's going on.
What's that match over on table 2?
That's mixed doubles.
Final?
No, mixed doubles. There's a little bit. So this is the bit. So there's 2 more big finals left. I mean, they're all big. It's going to be the winner of that plays the open mixed final, and there's also a women's singles final coming up here soon.
Actually, no, he can rip that pull side pretty easily from that setup. I think it's the push side that's a problem. Stevie Ray and Bellevue, Washington on the music box. Love that.
Love that you call it a music box.
Yeah. What do you call it? A sound square?
No.
Sorry, I'm not fancy like you California folks. What a snatch.
Audio cube. What a snatch indeed. Trickles that to his 5.
Trickle
3
indeed.
from his 5. Rollover position. Croxdale.
You know, this is the Blake Croxdale is the player who is responsible for, I believe, David, Danilo, and a few of the other folks up here in this region for getting into foosball a few years ago.
Yeah, that is correct.
Yeah. He's a bartender at the place they went into. They got to talking about foosball, or he was a bartender. I don't know if he still is. He just apparently beat the living hell out of everybody there, and they were just addicted immediately.
Like that.
So shout out to Blake Croxdale for being nice to new players.
Wow. But not being nice at the back of the hole is Vincent Cattoir.
Maybe the back of the hole wanted it.
Well, as long as there was consent, it doesn't matter. Barnett loses that on the 3. Vincent maybe wants to keep the fireworks going.
But I think there's something to that, though. I mean, just people who are just curious. Like if you're at a foosball tournament, you know who doesn't usually come to those. If you see somebody just strolling into the room, go make a friend. Be nice to them. Invite them. Give them a ball and let them play some free games, man.
Yeah, you never know who might want to come and check things out. A local friend or player, or maybe just a waitress.
I mean, this tournament weekend, you could the origin of this involves that random chance encounter with Blake Croxdale. Correct me if I'm wrong, Danilo. That's how I remember it. Is that true?
Yeah, so there was let me just make sure I get the stats right.
Yeah, no, you
It was David's initiative, but we really wanted to win a football tournament at work.
Oh,
We
so-
signed up, but we were not the strongest team. We played a round robin at first, and we lost the two teams that were obviously stronger. So he said, let's find a bar where they play regularly. In Seattle, there must be one. And that happened to be Pioneer Square Saloon, where Blake was working as a bartender at the time. And he was running the weekly DYP on Tuesdays. And we got a chance to play there a few times, and we won. We won that tournament at work on Meatball.
nice.
What year was this?
That was 2016.
Wow.
Yeah, late 2016. And then our first big tournament was Moneyball 2016.
I met you 2 years later.
And yeah,
Destroyed you in singles.
yeah,
Schooled you. Yeah. There. Speaking of
did.
schooling too. At the what's that? That was the Hall of the
it was a Washington State's.
yeah. It was the thing where my dad got inducted into the Hall of Legends tournament in Bothell.
Yeah,
You
the
too.
push side. Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, he's only gone full side.
Hasn't
this whole
needed
time.
to do that defense. Oh, there you go. Play.
Yeah, so he doesn't have a clean takeoff for the push side. He's got to be rocking. And he's been welling on that pull side the whole ever since. It's probably 4 or 5 shots in a row before that out of his 10 shots.
I love that. That's awesome.
Wow.
Shit.
You can tell. This is a defensive struggle, as they say. Here's something you don't see much on Tornado. Front gun from your back.
It's working. 2 of the 3 points they've scored have been from the 2 of this second game. We can edit out that SH bomb post. Yes, there are charts for this. Somebody's asking in chat. It is
bit.ly/MF brackets. Look at the mother brackets. Brackets.
Blacks.
But I think this setup really makes pull side easy, and push side is a little difficult. So when he's doing all the plan, I would not expect him to go anything but push side. Because I think the pull side is because you're wound up right there.
Yeah.
And you can just rip it straight towards you. But when you're hunched over like that, to get your shoulder to push the ball over is tricky. So the straight's easy, you just pull up. The push side is a little trickier. Pull side's really easy.
Right. See the shooting there. Blake. 2 for 12.
It's tough.
That is tough.
Just look at his posture here. I mean, it really lends itself well to the pull side.
Doing.
And
That
that
has to be sitting there thinking to himself. He's got to just sit there on the pole.
Yeah.
Make something else happen.
Right. And that wasn't dead bar. He looked at it like, oh, I thought it was there. You got there after the shot went through. And it was deep. It was square. It was good, but it wasn't dead bar.
I'm going to just throw this out there. It is late Sunday after a weekend of foosball, and some players can be gassed a bit.
I'm gassed.
Yeah,
I thought he was going to shoot a push shot there.
I'm aghast.
Gas factor.
Fear factor.
You see from punch. Yeah. I need to talk faster.
I need a Sonic Blaster 3000.
Amen. Love Outcast.
And there you have it, folks. Jake Barnett, Tim Lynch defeat Blake Croxdale and Vincent Cattoir. Texas Draw knockout.
Texas Draw knockout champions.